Uh-oh. Please welcome Vanessa Hudgens. She's coming on the show soon.
Ooh, she's a keeper.
You like her?
I love her.
Oh, good.
Her voice gives me chills every time I listen to her.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she your favorite right now?
Kind of. I have a lot of favorites.
Who else are you listening to?
Adele, Florence and the Machine.
Adele. Love Adele. That's
So
a
good.
great, that entire CD is fantastic, isn't it?
I love it.
Now, I heard you cut your hair. I don't really see a lot of difference, but I guess for people with long hair, it's a traumatic thing to cut your hair. Is that a lot of cut?
I mean, it was kind of, it was like a
wasn't.
foot. Kind of like a foot. It was a foot.
All right.
It's a lot. I don't know. It was just time for a change. I feel like if it's not like to here, nobody notices. The first like few days, everybody was like, don't you say,
yeah, it's a big deal to you because
Yeah.
it takes a long time to grow your hair that long.
Yeah.
Were you scared?
I mean, not really. I was just kind of like, do it. I'm very last minute and, I don't know, spontaneous. So somebody suggested it, and I wanted it.
I think it looks great.
Thank you.
It looks really good. And here you are looking great on the cover of Shape magazine. Look at that.
I know.
Because I know you worked out like crazy on... Here's what else I noticed in here in this magazine in Details. Details always does very provocative poses. Here you are laying on a bed. They couldn't find any sheets for you?
Low budget.
Low budget, no sheets at all. And then here, then was that... That's always, it looks good, but I bet that was cold water.
Oh my God, it was horrible. I did on one of the coldest days in LA, and they're like, we want you standing in a waterfall. So I thought they had like built a waterfall or something glamorous.
Right.
And I walk out, and it was literally rainfall that was coming off of the roof. So I was standing in like dirty, cold rainwater that was dripping off of a roof. And I stood in there for like 3 minutes, and by the time it was over, I couldn't even move my face. I was frozen.
Were you, now, it looks like you actually, that could be pain. It looks kind of like it's either sexy or please make it stop.
Oh, save me.
Right. But it ends up looking good, though. Those photo shoots, when they come up with those ideas like that, it's always the kind of thing where it sounds better at the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to kind of trust and go with the flow.
Yeah. Now, so I know that you are out of a relationship now, and are you friendly? Is that okay? Because that's hard to be in the business. You're both successful, and you're bound to run into each other. And
yeah, no, we're good. I mean, like, after being in a relationship with someone for so long, it's like,
how long were you all together, Zach?
About 5 years.
5 years. Yeah. Wow, that's a long time. But you're friendly.
Yes, of course.
And you're single now, or no? You're dating?
Yes, I'm single.
You're single? But there's a guy that I saw a picture of that everybody's saying that you're dating.
Can a girl have friends?
Yes, you can. But there's a guy that looks like he's more than a friend.
Oh, I love him. We just did a movie together, and we had the best time.
What movie did you do?
It's called Journey to the Mysterious Island. I shot in North Carolina.
Oh, that's the place where there was a ghost in the house, right?
Yes, I had a ghost in my place.
Tell the story.
I didn't actually see it, but
That's the thing about ghosts. You can't see them. Yeah.
I was standing around one night, and like I forgot to turn my music on, and I kept on hearing a creak like in my hallway, and I was like, finally, I have to figure out what this sound is because it just keeps going. And so I walk over, and I hear a creak to my right, and I thought it was like rainfall, maybe there was a leak. So I step over to the right where I think this leak is going to be, and I look up and I look down, and then I hear it to the left. So I step over to the left, look up, look down, step over to the right, look up, look down, and finally I was like, you know what, ghost, thanks for having me here. You do your thing, I'm gonna go. Because I was so terrified.
Now, just the creak made you think it was a ghost, maybe?
No, because it kept moving around. Like, the ghost must have been playing with me. Like, I'm gonna make you chase me. That's what it was saying.
Or dance or something. It sounds like you were dancing a little bit. And then you shot in Hawaii, the same movie went to Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
So this is you surfing in Hawaii. I think there's a picture that...
Look at that face.
You're pretty good.
Ooh.
Do you do that a lot? Because that's hard to do.
Yeah, I've done it several times. It's kind of I don't know, kind of natural. Oh my God, the faces are so bad. I need to stop with the faces. But I don't know, I love doing it. I just kind of hate getting my face wet. Like the splashing of the water really aggravates me. It's kind of a big pet peeve, so surfing's not really conducive to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that when you went into the sport that there would be splashing of water, or?
That's kind of why I don't really do it anymore. I transferred to paddleboarding. Stand-up paddleboarding.
Well, if you fall, there's going to be a big splashing. Because that's hard, too, to balance and paddleboard, right?
Yeah.
You mean the standing thing?
Yeah, the standing thing.
That's really hard.
It is hard, but I don't know. It's more serene and zen and calming.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like
for
it.
sure, than that. I'm impressed by that.
Thanks.
All right, so Sucker Punch is a movie that looks very intense, and you trained like crazy for this, didn't you?
I trained so hard. I worked with Navy SEALs.
You did?
Yeah, every day, just pushing me to new limits, which was amazing. Like, after the end of it, I was like, I really can do anything you set your mind to.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, by the end, I was deadlifting 180, and it's
What?
crazy. Yeah.
Deadlifting 180?
Yep.
Just the way you just throw that term around, deadlifting 180. And because you're fighting those monsters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dragon in that case.
Right.
Yeah.
I call him a monster. All right, well, Sucker Punch, it looks really good, and I'm very impressed by all that stuff you did.
Thank you.
I'm going to try to deadlift something. Sucker Punch opens in theaters this Friday. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for being here, Vanessa.